when it comes to Moon Knight, I think most people are agreeing right now that the suits we've seen so far, aka the two suits we've seen so far, the proper Moon Knight and the Mr. Knight, might be two of the best suits so far in the MCU. And certainly, each one has a unique look to it that separates it from others, and you definitely get the sense that some thought went into these costumes. As it turns out, one of the most recognizable things related to the Mr. Knight costume was all thanks to Kevin Feige asking for the alteration due to last-minute changes. So when I say Mr. Knight suit, chances are that you can picture the suit perfectly in your head, and one thing will stick out to you. One thing that makes the suit a little bit more unique than just a plain white face. And this, as it all turns out, is the work of Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige. And of course, what I am talking about is the scar and the stitch down the face with the crescent moon right in the middle of it. And this news comes at us from the costume designer, who talked a little bit about finalizing the design. Essentially, what's revealed is that the Mr. Knight suit was pretty easy to put on and take off, and that the simplicity of it really made sense in terms of what they were doing, how they were shooting the series, and of course, what they had to do with all the costume pieces. But during the development, something just always felt missing, like it wasn't balanced right and nobody could put their finger on it. And she then reveals that one of the final changes that was made was Kevin Feige looking at the suit and then suggesting that they add that scar down the face, that they then kind of offset it to one side and make it go around the moon. That this would give the suit a unique look and also would play into the split personality aspect of it. So they went ahead, they started discussing that, and they implemented it. And the moment they all saw it, they realized this is it. This was the missing piece. This is really what makes it stick out and makes your eyes gravitate towards it. It's not just a plain thing. It fully fits on there, and it gives you that separation and the depth that we want in everything. Now, I think if I say MCU suit, in your mind, even if you don't know what I'm talking about, your mind understands what I'm talking about. All of their suits are uniform and have the layers, and they have like the shadowing, and they got a couple of stacks upon themselves that give it depth. Outside of like Spider-Man and a couple other really skin-tight suits, it's always the Marvel look. Just like DC has the padding and muscle look that they stick on rubber suits and make their actors wear so they look super muscular no matter what they're supposed to be wearing, even if it's like, you know, body armor. The MCU has a look, and you can tell that the Mr. Knight costume would have worked, and people would recognize it. But the moment that scar was added, it gives it that little shadowing, and they offset the color and everything. It just gave it that pop that they needed, and certainly it sticks out. And honestly, it's one of the best changes they could have made to their costume because it really just makes it something different.